Danger, Momo. Okay, I've been going down a deep rabbit hole. Why is AI so free? Is it a scam? What are they trying to do? Elon Musk invests a lot of money in funding AI. Meta has been trying to poach the best talent of Chatgpt. Um, there's been a steady rise of software engineers, uh, the best talent from the best universities of computer science degrees. They've been poached and been hunted by these big tech firms. And to me, that's fucking fascinating. For something that's free, there's sure a lot of people that have been poached. You might think that they're in the cusp of discovering something new, but nah, they're making something free. There's something there. When there's smoke, there's fire. Now, I've been going through a deep, deep rabbit hole. I've been doing some research, looking at different things. Ironically, I used AI. So the conclusions that I'm coming upon this video are based on my assumptions. My assumptions alone. I'm not an expert, just a kid that tries, and I love researching things, I love science. So here's the thing. There's been a steady rise in AI using, especially during the 2000s. I mean, mistake. Two, thou- two, 2022, when like there was a ChatGPT boom. That was the first time, maybe 2023, 2022, when I started noticing that was a thing called ChatGPT, much more powerful or much more precise than Google. Now, here's the good thing. There's been a steady rise in people using AI across different. There's been also been integrated in work. Some works now, people now are using AI integrated systems to work and do all the stuff. Now, as you can look to this graph, if you guys can look to this graph, if I'm showing it correctly, there's a steady rise in people using AI since in 2019 there were like 55 million people using AI compared to 2024 where like there was more than 75 million people using AI. Now, those are a lot of people like ChatGPT and other stars and like new AI startups are just popping up and now like every now and then you hear of like a new model of AI edits and whatever and ever whatever. Now, the first hypothesis I came through is on that these AI models are not that. I, I, I don't think that they were meant to be free. They're just made to grow dependency. It's just made for people to grow dependency upon AI models and AI things. Because if you pay for something and you haven't tried tested it and then like never did something with it or never used it regularly, you don't find a great gravitas to that certain thing that was that yeah, I mean you don't gravitate to it. That's the word I'm looking for. Um Now maybe they are using the first trick of business. Try and test the product before you use it. Get more people hooked on the program and then start charging them. That's like what cartel drugs uses when like there's a new drug in town, they give it out for free. They give it out for free and people get hooked. When people get hooked, they raise the prices and that's how you create a new market. So now in the AI space, people want using AI, using Google and like certain things. I'm trying to look for the like for so like for example, between 2022 and 2025, they were like look at us that like there's like 40 million people using AI between 2025. Uh, so that's steady rise. in people using AI, yo, it's very alarming, guy. And a lot of and like they are starting like to clamp down on like their services. Like for example, for many of these AI systems, some of the systems or features were actually free. Now they are starting to charge or reduce the amount of features you get when you're using the free stuff. So now you find that in ChatGPT, when there was a boom in like the AI generated pics of yourselves, and like people were doing AI generated pics, what you just find it out is that ChatGPT limited those pictures, the amount of pictures that you can edit or AI generate those pictures. Like they limited like to 20 pics, if I can remember correctly. That I was on that boom. So and like they said, you need to pay a prescription for like to use ChatGPT. Now, now you see where I'm going with this. So I don't think AI and especially AI being free. Another thing that people need to consider: AI is not a program. AI feeds upon people using AI. When you using the AI for school assignment, when you use AI to generate letters and whatever, the moment you are prompting the AI to do stuff, write it like a human. Write it like a human. No, don't write it like that. Write it like a human. And like when and you're trying to cater the AI upon your specific needs, now you are contributing to a pool or system where all these AI or AI generated things that you as a person have contributed by your assignments, by research that people have been doing, they've been using AI very rigorously in other systems, etc., etc. You are contributing to a greater AI model, which in a greater part of time will be much superior, a superior amount of reasoning. For example, have you ever noticed when you keep on using the chat GPT, it just keeps on reading your mind. So what happens is that the AI understands what you like, what you not like, the mood you are, what type of person you are. It just keeps on reading and reading and reading you to a point where the AI can specifically cater to your needs with you without thinking about it. And even adding things you're not even thinking about, like you say, like, damn, this how I didn't even think of that. Like the AI just generates that for you. Now, there's also been a rise in like the universities and people doing courses for AI models and AI models. I just think that there will be the steady increase about people using free AI will steadily crash. For example, I think that AI is coming to take a majority of jobs, especially white collar jobs and things like that. And I just think that it's just a global catastrophe that needs to happen or something needs to trigger an effect whereby AI models, I do think there are much better AI models whenever that can be produced in a specific, a finite amount of time, a short amount of time. For example, if there was a global catastrophe now, I do think that there could be technologies produced of AI models and AI systems and AI robots, whatever. That's AI within a finite amount of time, maybe in 3 months, whatever. For example, DeepSeek. DeepSeek is a perfect example for that, for like ingenuity. For example, for those who don't know, the Americas were like banning China from buying American chips. So what happened is that Nvidia was banned from like selling chips, advanced chips to China. So what the founder of DeepSeek did was that it found around using advanced chips and used regular chips, but in a much sophisticated way that will make the system work like exactly like ChatGPT, your Gemini, or your other AI models without using the very advanced chips. So that's very fascinating to me. That and like damn, the stocks were tanking after that. So if an AI system, an AI model close to ChatGPT can be created within like a year, I don't if I'm not correctly, check me up on this. Between a year, an AI model was created. Damn. Imagine if there was a global catastrophe, like a war, another pandemic, whatever. How much how much technology that we don't know has been made or whatever that hasn't been put to the public. For example, in China, the EVs that I make, there are factories in China where they strictly retrench the people or fired people, and like there's just AI robots making cars day and night, just day and night. They're like just plunging in darkness and like making cars. That's fucking fascinating. That's very scary. And to think of maybe there's a war or maybe there's a global pandemic, do you think that as we go maybe into another war, whatever, do you think that we will have the same amount of economic instability that we had during COVID? Now, I don't think so, man. Like, I don't think that even if another 2022, another 2020, sorry, another 2020 could happen again, that people must stay at work and factories must close. I think that will perpetuate the using of AI systems and AI robots and whatever that's AI in workspaces, and how people will start getting retrenched. And that's fucking scary. It's like there's like many things could happen to trigger a ripple effect where people lose their jobs and companies start using AI robots, AI what. So that's fucking scary. So man, the future is bleak. The future is bleak now, man. So if you like the video, like, subscribe. I'm coming up with new content. Like, subscribe. We need to get to 50 subscribers, and thank you.